everything's all right, people can type. And if Henrik is still here, send me the link if you can. I'll message you on Discord real quick. Yes, exactly. Something was wrong with the chat. I don't know what went wrong. Up until now, every live stream I've had some kind of technical difficulty. It's wonderful. Henrik, send me the link for the live stream so I can see the chat. Because otherwise it's just on the phone, and on phone it just disappears. Henrik reporting. Yes, send me the link, please, through Discord. Because then I can open it on the PC. Yes, hello again. I'm here. I poured myself a way too strong Malibu. It's gonna be fun. I'm drinking Malibu with watermelon. Yes, only members. I don't know what went wrong there, because I never wanted to do that. It's weird. So I'm glad I caught on early enough to make changes. So yeah, here I am. Sorry for that, everyone. If you've been waiting at the other live stream, sorry. I never set it on only channel members, but I figured something must have gone wrong. Let me delete the other live stream because it's ugly on the channel and I don't want that. So let's see, how do we do that? Like here, delete forever. Yes, delete forever. Bye. Okay, it's gone. It's disappeared into the abyss. Okay, I'm here. I'm back. I poured a wonderful drink. Oh, that's way too strong. I'll be drunk before the stream ends. Holy shit. Okay, so yeah, if you've seen my video just now, you've seen that I was at the British Museum with Johanna James. You felt like a second-class citizen or an unvaccinated person. Sorry. Something went wrong. Oh, British Museum. Oh, this is going so well. Let's see, can I change this title name? I have no idea. What am I doing, people? What am I doing? British Museum. Okay, I changed the title, but none of you will see that because, you know, only if you refresh, and if you refresh, you disappear and then come back. You can do that. Feel free to take a couple seconds. Yeah, everyone, if you want to drink, pour yourself a drink. I poured myself a way too strong Malibu, so this is going great. So yeah, that's wonderful. So I went to the British Museum with Johanna James, and we really had a lot of fun, but we quite fast went through the British Museum, and afterwards I even went back on my own. But the second time I was there that day, it was a lot more crowded, and filming was even more difficult. Yes, no one should drink alone. Please, people, drink with me. And yes, I fixed the chat by just starting a new live stream. I don't know what I did there. It was weird. Never wanted to do that. Extra strong rum and coke. Good. Skål. The man who ate the boiled ham raw, you really want me to talk about Mace Howe. You really want me to talk about Mace Howe. Wow. Let me set the poll up again. I already forgot the questions that I had, but ask a question in the poll here in the chat. And next video on the channel. And we had the, wow, I really forgot what the poll was. The power of the pharaoh, because I do feel like it is important to talk about that, because people compare pharaohs of ancient Egypt with like kings and queens of the modern day, and it's not like that at all. Pharaohs were like the living embodiment of gods. So, I mean, so yeah, the power of the pharaoh, and then we had Egypt, feline culture and art, I think it was. Culture and art. And then we added another option, and with that, We said top 5 this archaeological, Kaylee, and I had to type archaeological wrong because otherwise it was too many letters. So don't come for me for, spelling archaeological wrong. Discoveries dash 21. Yes, okay. Ask my community. So the poll is back up again. Should be back up again. If you go to top chat, live chat, whatever, you can see the poll again. You can leave your votes. At the end of this stream, I will be looking at the votes and I will pick the winner, and that will be the very next video on the channel. Unless there is a archaeological discovery, because at that point I have to cover that first. And I'm trying to have that video done for a Saturday premiere. So if you're, I don't know, in the mood for a Saturday premiere and you want to like leave a vote, do that. Please let me know. Okay, what did I want to do? I went to the British Museum with Johanna James. Let me fix this shot because it's very meh, whatever. We went to the British Museum. We had fun. It was the first time that I saw mummies. The statues at the British Museum are just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely loved it. And I don't know. It's big. The British Museum is really big. I've been to the Museum of Antiquities in Leiden, and it was a lovely museum. It was quite large. They had a lot of sections, and yeah, size-wise, half as small as British Museum, maybe 2/3, half or 2/3. So it was still a big museum, but not as big as the British Museum. The one thing at the British Museum that absolutely caught my eye, because I do like architecture, that roof. I mean, that roof with the glass panels, it's just absolutely it's breathtakingly beautiful. I mean, I love it. So, I definitely want to go back to the British Museum in the future and take like a full day from morning up until like late in the afternoon and just walk inside the museum, because I do feel that the moments that I was there that I missed a lot. I don't think I've seen everything that I wanted to see. So yeah, I'm definitely going back, and I like making the video about it. I didn't make a lot of shots with Johanna and myself. Somehow we both mostly forgot to film while we were there. We were talking the entire time. Like, I had to cut out almost all audio except like that one clip that she made where she was like pointing at the cartouches, because at that point I was silent, and that I think that was the only moment where we weren't in having a conversation. Wow. We spoke a lot, and afterwards we went to lunch and we had like a wonderful time. We discussed a couple things for the future that I'm not going to tell at this point in time. I will eventually reveal that, but for now it will be just between her and me. And yeah, at least know that fun things are coming when it comes to Johanna and I. What else did I want to say? Well, yeah, I could see me and Johanna have a podcast together or something. Like, yeah, I do feel like if one of us starts a podcast, that definitely the other would join for at least an episode or two. So yeah, I'm saying a lot of M. I'm realizing that. I hate that I'm doing that, but my brain is a bit foggy because I was in England and then I was in the Netherlands for like a little over a week. And then I was in Sweden and everyone around me spoke Swedish. So it's my brain is a little bit confused as to what language I should talk. And yeah, no, the Malibu isn't helping as well. That's very true. Do I see questions in the chat. I didn't ask for questions yet, but okay. Will I cover all these subjects? All the subjects of the poll? Yes, I will eventually cover them. I just don't know when. Um, I have like a massive long list divided into like the sections of the playlist for future videos, and usually I just pick one or whatever. And I thought it would be fun for you guys to have a say in what the next video will be, just for fun, see how that goes. If the video flops, I'll never let you guys choose again. So choose wisely, you know? Um, I'm being a little bit of a bitch, sorry. Let's see. What moved me, if anything? It was weird seeing mummies. I'd never had that experience before. Did my sound just stop? It might have. Yes. Okay. Sound is gone. Ah, this is going so well. Mm-hmm. Yep. My sound was gone. I'm gone again. You can hear me? Everyone can hear me? Sounds okay. Okay, then I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm not gonna... They made sound. They made sound. So I was like, no. But I'm not sure if you like hear me through the phone or through the earbuds. But okay. Doesn't matter at this point. Sounds good. Perfect. I completely lost my track of what I wanted to say. So that's amazing. I'll just look at a question or whatever. First time you started pouring Malibu rum, watermelon flavor. I've drank a lot of Malibu on the channel already in the past. Usually it's Malibu pear, but yeah, no, I barely can find it here, so I poured it into my merch cup because your girl's got a drink like from her own merch, you know? Let's see what else. Do we have fun questions? I don't know. I wanted to say things, but I'm like fogging a bit. Henrik is saying, you were saying that Denmark is clearly superior to Sweden. The lies, Henrik. The lies. No. I've never been to Denmark, so officially, I cannot say anything about that. The only thing that's missing is lipstick. Yes, exactly. My lipstick is missing. I was doing my makeup and then I was brushing my teeth after dinner and then I was like, oh, shit, it's already 9. And yeah, didn't have time for lipstick. So now my lips feel very naked. It's weird because I like my lipstick. I look tanned. Wonderful. That means that my bronzer job worked wonders because I'm pale as a Northern European can be at the moment. Normally I'm very tanned, like naturally, but this year we barely had a summer. So when you don't really have a summer, I lose my tan really quickly. And now it's winter already, so I decided that my bronzer and I have become best friends. And it's nice to know that y'all agree. Let's see, what else do we have? That's what I wanted to say. As you guys know, most of you probably know, is that questions I'll answer questions later. Just I promise. I was in Sweden last week, as most of you guys will know that because I did the live stream with my sister. At the time of the live stream, we had visited 2 places of burial mounds. One was Gamla Uppsala with like the multiple mounds, and the other one was, and I'm trying not to butcher this name, but Hagahaugen. I will have people coming for me if I said it wrong, but I mean, forgive me. I think it's Hagahaugen, which is like the older, or maybe oldest mound, not sure yet. But at Hagahaugen, there might have been a Danish king royal buried, and there were like golden artifacts that were found there, and they were stolen, and remnants of them were found later on because like the thieves either dropped them or weren't careful with them. So that's like a whole story in itself. And I have footage of Hogahaugen in like the autumn time, so like October, end of October, early November from last year when my sister was pregnant. She made some footage for me. So this year I have some snowy footage, and then in the summer I will be returning to Sweden because I've decided that I want to experience a midsummer. So in the summer, in June, around the solstice, I will be returning to Sweden and I will again visit Hogahaugen and make more footage. And after that, I will create a video about Hogahaugen. So that's going to be somewhere in like end of June or early July next year in 2022. So that's absolutely coming, but I wanted to have a lot of footage from different seasons when it came to like Hogahaugen, because it is really a very, very unique site, and I want to cover it and I want to do it absolute justice. So yeah, I've decided to do it like that. And Gamla Uppsala will be a video in probably mid-January because, yeah, I don't know. They made sound again. It's really confusing when your earbuds make sound. So yeah, let's see if we have some questions because I did see people ask questions and I do want to take the time to answer them. So that's good. I hope I'm still audible. Otherwise, I'm sorry. Do you think the Romans do you think the Romans moved or hid Cleopatra's body to solidify their rule? Yeah, that's possible. It's very possible that we will never find her body because we don't even know if she got like burned or cremated and then thrown out. I don't know. You don't know what the Romans were thinking at the time. They murdered her son. I think it was her son that they murdered. I haven't really looked into Cleopatra yet because I'm putting it to like aside because I don't want to research things that I'm not yet making a video about because I'm already researching a lot. So bear with me. Do I have a favorite period of history? Yeah, the Stone Age. It's why my channel started with the ancient structures, and that's still my biggest passion, but those aren't necessarily the videos that everyone wants to watch. So I've made them less lately. I mean, I still go back to it every once in a while because, yeah, I love the ancient structures. They're my favorite. Um, is Holland a narco state? Good question. I don't know. Where were you born? Not in this house, but in the Netherlands, in the town I used to live in, where I had like my office and everything. Yeah, born and raised in the Netherlands. I'm very, very Dutch. Very Dutch. I like stroopwafels and pepernoten and hagelslag on my bread. Very Dutch. Absolutely. Again, do I have a favorite period of history? Yes, yes, yes. Stone Age. Just Stone Age. And it goes like from the Stone Age up until like the Bronze Age. Everything covering the Stone Age. Sweden live stream was fun. Thank you. I mean, it was really fun doing that with my sister and sharing her and you guys, like having that interaction of her answering questions that you guys had. For me, it was a lot of fun and they loved it and they definitely will make their channel. Well, the channel is already made, but they will make content for their channel because I think she got a little bit of that taste of the sweet YouTubes. So, yeah, I do feel like she will do that. But, you know, she's a paleontologist. She's very busy and she works a lot. So, yeah, give her some time, you know? Do you take vitamin D because of your short summers? In the Netherlands, not necessarily. Normally, I don't actually. Normally, when the sun, I know, I understand why the people in ancient times worshipped the sun, because the moment that the sun shines in the Netherlands, people flock outside. Doesn't matter what the temperature is, we will just sit outside with our faces in the sun. That's just what we do. I can share footage in the future when I have like an actual good live stream setup, because this is just my phone. It works for now, but I mean, it's not perfect. But yeah, Dutch people, the second the sun shines, we will go outside and put our face in the sun and just sit there and soak up that vitamin D, because it's very important. Is my sister's channel in the air? It's officially in the air, but she hasn't even shared the link with me. So if she's not sharing it with me, I can't share it with you. So we have to like be patient. British Museum gets a lot of criticism. How come the Louvre Museum doesn't get as much? Well, it's the French. No, I'm just joking. No, I don't know. I don't know why the Louvre doesn't get that much hate and backlash. I don't know. Maybe it's because the British were just, British. Will I ever try to live stream in London again? Yes, I'm definitely in the future gonna try again, because I hate being defeated. I do not accept defeat. I will always conquer. So yeah, no, definitely gonna try again in the future. Plus, like eventually I'll be living in England, so definitely will be live streaming there. And yes, I have a thick accent. Trying to like keep it under wraps, but it comes out whenever I say paper nota. What else do we have? Please do a video about the Danish kings. Might in the future. I'm currently still focusing on like the real ancient times. What is my sister's channel? I only know the name, and when I search for the name, nothing comes up because she doesn't have any videos yet. So she's not available for search, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, no. As soon as she sends me the link to it, I will share that with you guys, and I will make sure to put it in a video and like pin it in a chat and in the description and everything. It will be shared everywhere, but for now I cannot. Was it crowded at the museum? Yeah, the first time it wasn't as crowded when Johanna and I were there, you know, in the morning or early afternoon. Um, but when I returned to like make some extra footage, it was super crowded and I forgot my face mask, which was dumb. So after like half an hour, 45 minutes, the second time I had to bolt. Sorry. So that's why I definitely want to go back in the future. Um, the Native Americans' European knowledge of America before Columbus made contact. What are my thoughts on pre-Columbian contact with Native Americans? I don't know. It's mostly oral history, which is always it's seen as difficult by like historians because you it's like myths, legends, oral history, and then you have like facts because that's what you can prove. You cannot factually prove oral history unless you discover things that go along with that you know the way they spoke about their history. So it's difficult. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it and probably contact one of my Native American friends. Although, like most of the people I know that are from a Native American lineage, they're just completely Americanized at this point, and they're trying to find back their roots, but it's really difficult. It's not as easy as me trying to go back to like Germanic roots. It's much easier that way. So yeah. And if you are a native and you want to talk about your history and your lineage and what it is that you do know, you can always shoot me an email. I'm always happy to read up about it. So historywithkaylee@gmail.com. always send me an email. I mean, I specially made that email just for you guys to, send me stuff. Barely no one does it, but yeah, that's not my problem, not my fault. So yeah. What else do we have? What are your thoughts on the British Museum, which was my favorite exhibit? Well, of course, the Egypt section. I also loved the Assyrian stuff they had. That was really dope. And definitely will be using some of the footage that I shot from like the Assyrian section in future videos when I do speak about the Assyrians, because I do cover them in the future, because I have like my long list of things to cover and they're on there. Ever been kicked in the head with wooden shoes? No, but my neighbor in the previous house I lived with my ex, the neighbor always walked on wooden shoes, and it was like the most annoying sound, but you always knew when it was like 4:15 in the afternoon, because that's the moment that he returned from home from work. So yeah. Wasn't it rumored that Cleopatra was in her tomb complex when she killed herself? I don't know. It's possible. There are so many rumors when it comes to Cleopatra, and it's really difficult to find out what's true and what's not. So yeah. And someone says, Robert Morgan says, so you like the post-cataclysmic era? I've spoken about this, so I don't necessarily believe in a pre-cataclysmic civilization. I've not yet seen like the actual hard evidence for it myself. So as long as I haven't seen that, I'm on the fence. And that's okay. That's my personal opinion. That's how I see it. I know you're going back to Sweden and the UK, but where else do you want to travel? Good question, Barry. I'm trying to travel to Malta in February. I just realized that I've not yet said anything about that before, but yeah, I'm trying to do that. It depends on, I think, 2 or 3 factors. Yeah, I hope I can make that work. I'll definitely contact my person in Malta again. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna say too much, but did my sister enjoy the paper notes I brought? Yes, she loved them. And it's 2 kilos, and I think that it'll last her for at least a month or two, because it's a lot. I was allowed to bring 10 kilos with me during that flight, and nearly 20% of my contents in my bag were paper notes. So it better be worth it, Melanie. If you're watching this live or later, it better be worth it. Please. Because I hurt my shoulder, with that heavy bag. How accurate is the Flintstones? I mean, they lived alongside dinosaurs. Not accurate. Well, unless you see birds as dinosaurs like my sister does, then yes, very accurate, but not, long necks and stuff. No. I really want Louis Junior Ramos says, I really want to know how the hell Egyptians used electrolysis in ancient times. Thoughts? I don't. I'm not sure. So, moving on. I have no actual answer for you here, sorry. Floyd, your Neolithic and Chalcolithic videos were what originally attracted me to your channel. Please miss more. I am working on it. Because I'm still planning on doing the Ring and Ness of Brodgar videos. Or video. It's one video, 2 locations. But I've been putting it off because I made the Kalanish video again. Because I recreated that and it flopped. People really weren't interested, and I was like, okay. So better try something else that maybe does work and then go back to the passion, Yeah, it's a puzzle game. What works and what doesn't work, and what is it that people want to see and what is it that they don't want to see. It's a shuffle. Let's see. I see questions repeating themselves. I mean, that happens, but I see a super chat. Sorry, Dirk van Dijk. What's your position on stolen saved artifacts kept in museums across the old colonial countries? I think it's difficult. I have a hard time with, like, the Moai statue at the British Museum. I really had a hard time looking at it and accepting it as being there, because I personally would bring it back to Easter Island because that's where it belongs. I would have just recreated it. But I also understand that some artifacts at these museums have been kept safe because of the fact that they were at the museum. So it's hard. I did read that an Israeli museum has now returned or is in the works of returning artifacts back to Egypt that were stolen a while ago. And I do think that if the museums can't figure out a contract or a contract, Kaylee, wow, my English is going so well. But like if museums and governments can't figure out a contract, then the items must be returned to their origins. And if they can figure out a contract, then I think it's all right. Or they need to like buy them, and it's a lot of money. So I don't know. My accent is not as bad for a second language. Well, thanks, I guess. That's a compliment, but also it's not. So yeah, no, I have no idea. What does one do with that? Um, it's better than private collections. Yeah, definitely. Because last week, a couple days ago, Bright Insight on Twitter shared that a millionaire, billionaire for like 70 million had stolen or like illegal artifacts, things like that. I hate that. It's his history is of belongs to everyone, not just one rich person just because they had the money. You know, it's weird. I think it's weird. Live again today. Yes. Hi. I'm live. I'm Clee. And for everyone not knowing who I am, and when I say Clee, people can't spell my name. They can't write my name. It's too difficult for some, so I've become Clee when I was young, and that's me, Clee. And then I like make jokes like that. It's magic Clee, and things like that. It's fun. And yes, people know fighting. Listen to my moderator Henrik, because he's Danish. He has Viking blood. You never want to like upset a Viking, okay? Don't upset a Viking. Why move to England? Because I am super done with the Netherlands. I've lived here for 30 years, and what did this country bring me? I mean, I have some family living here that I love. I like pepernoten and stroopwafels, but I could have them shipped to me in England. Or take a train when I'm visiting family and take like a suitcase of pepernoten and stroopwafels with me when I return. I don't know. Why England? It's a different country, so like starting a new life is easier for me in a new country because I have to like work from scratch anyway, so why stay here? The experience of living in another country is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. In 2012, I almost moved to England. It's just that at the time I met my ex and stayed in the Netherlands for him. Never really told him about my plans because I was like, I'm not going anyway. I speak the language. It's easy enough for me to do that. Taxes are pretty nice in England. And I don't know. With Brexit, I don't see that as a big issue. Yeah, why England? It's close by. It's a new location, and I think it will do me good. So yeah, that's why England. Yes, a lot of people talk about Malta. Crazy cut, mother of all cats. Malta is in the Mediterranean Sea. It's south of Italy, southwest, southeast, southwest, I think it was, of Italy. But yeah, it's in the Mediterranean Sea. It's an island. It's really beautiful. I've made a video about the Menidra temple complex on Malta in the past. And yeah, I hope to see that with my own eyes when I'm there. What else do we have? Do I have felines myself? Officially, yes, I have 2 cats, but they aren't with me while I live with my grandpa. They still live in the house I used to live in with my ex. And hopefully in spring, when I move to England, I can take them with me real quickly. Because I miss my babies. And they are my babies. Like, I don't have children, probably will never have children, but my cats are my babies. So yes. What else do we have? Ostriches are clearly dinosaurs. Jetty, I have to agree with you. Absolutely. You have 10 cats and 2 dogs. Wow, that's a lot. I like it. I like cats. Who is Celinda? Celinda's my friend from Devon. And she and I made a video on her channel, and she showed me around in Devon. And she took me to Dartmoor National Park, Plymouth, the English Riviera, where with like the Churston Cove near Brixham. It was absolutely beautiful. Had the best time. And I will be returning to Totnes in April for her wedding. That's so much fun. It's medieval themed. And I'll be a lady in waiting. Hi. Which is wonderful, because I'm not waiting for anything, but I'll play a lady in waiting. Gavin YT, how can I pay for your addiction? Well, you can support me on Patreon or become a channel member. I'm not saying you have to, but it's a possibility if you want to support me, you know? And I don't know what addiction that actually is, because to what am I actually addicted? It's chocolate and chocolate and chocolate. And if you like my flask, you can buy it. historywithkayleeshop.com. I got merch. And it's Malibu watermelon with sparkly water. What is my first language? Nederlands. Dutch. Ik ben Nederlands. Normaliter spreek ik Nederlands. Ik praat, denk, droom in het Nederlands en Engels. En voor iedereen die Engels is, die heeft nu echt geen idee wat ik nu zeg. Dus ik schakel weer terug naar Engels. So I just spoke about the fact that I speak Dutch. And that non-native Dutch speakers will have no idea what the hell I just said. Perfect. So yeah, that was fun. And usually when I speak Dutch, my voice goes lower. And that's one of the reasons I hate the Dutch language. And I also I really do dream and think in both English and Dutch. So yeah. JP Ventura, thank you so much for the super chat. There are some researches to track mtDNA to native real American, not only North America. Mine was tracked until Mayan regions. That's so cool. I'm absolutely slightly obsessed with the Mayans, and I'm going to cover them a lot more in the future. I've waited until I was like... There are a lot of things that I'm very obsessed with when it comes to history, but I want to do things justice. And so far, I've not seen myself as professional enough and good enough to cover that. But I'm planning to cover Mayan history around March in 2022. I usually plan months ahead for the structure videos because I enjoy, you know, spreading them and knowing what I'm expecting of myself. So yeah, around March, I thought that March Mayan, you know, I don't know. I'm weird, but yeah, around that time, I'm definitely going to look into it. Did you miss the museum walkthrough, Bernard? Yeah, it's on the channel. It premiered nearly 2 hours ago now, but you can watch it after the live, or, feel free to do whatever feels good to you. Alright? What else do we have? Yeah, the plane to England's actually cheaper, but I liked the train. And I've never lived abroad. And I'm 30, and I feel like I need to live abroad for a while. Just because of the fact that it's a possibility, and I don't know, I want to try new things. I think that's good. And the chat should not just out of the blue just skip. It's annoying. What else do we have? Not much sun in England, you know. Pascal, I live in the Netherlands. There's equally as much sun here in the Netherlands as there is in England, and there's like approximately just as much rain here in the Netherlands as there is in England. I'm not going to move for the climate, because that will be like nearly the same. I'm moving because I want to do this, and I think it will be good for me. So yeah. England is expensive. How does cost of living compare to the Netherlands? It's nearly the same. It's just that in the Netherlands, there are no homes. There are no homes if you have normal income. Just nothing. If you're above that, you can find a home. If you're at the median figure, no. No. Because renting is way too expensive because there's no social cheap rent. It's all gone. Everyone already took it. Does anyone have a bucket list? I have a long list, but you don't want to know mine because, I think I won't live long enough to see it all. So yeah. Have I ever been to the New World? Nope. What's the history of my name? It's from a song from Marillion. Marillion with Kaylee. I can type it here in the chat. My parents loved the song and then eventually decided to name me after the song. Didn't ask for it. And for 30 years now, people can't spell it and write it. I have actual aunts and uncles and cousins that cannot write my name. It's fun. It's weird. What else do we have? All birds are dinosaurs. Yes, Larry. Very nice. What editing software do I use? I use Premiere Pro. Because it's a wonderful program and it's strong enough for me to do things. Rum? Yes, rum. I'm a pirate. Haven't people told you yet? I'm a pirate. I am a pirate. Yar har. Oh, it's way too strong. Oh. Poeh. Goedemorgen. What else do we have? Crazy Cat says press the $sign button because then you send a super chat. I do think that people know how super chats work. I just don't ask for people to do that. If you want to do that, thank you. If you don't, it's all fun and games. If you'll be in the UK, then a few Orkney videos will be essential. Willhouse, have you not seen my Scottish monuments playlist? Let's see. How many Orkney sites have I covered? I will go to my Scottish monuments playlist. And I covered Skara Brae and Stones of Stenness. That's 2 Orkney sites already. So, yeah, no. Go there. Go and check out my Orkney videos. I got 2. And I've got Kalanish from like the Isle of Lewis and Harris. Very nice. English sounds like Old Dutch. No. Frisian and Old English are like nearly the same, And I saw this video a while back from an old man from Friesland who spoke Frisian, and there was an old guy from England who spoke Old English, and the Frisian guy does not speak English, not old or like current modern English, and the guy that spoke English and Old English did not speak Frisian in any way, and they had a full-on conversation with each other because Old English and Frisian are just similar enough for them to completely understand each other. It's the same as when I speak to someone from South Africa, or when I speak to people from Curaçao, Aruba, Bonaire, Suriname, with like the papiaments. Wow, you can have conversations. Although I think that papiaments is different, more different than like South African and Dutch and like Old English and Frisian. Go check out that video. Like, go see if you can find it. It was a Frisian man and a man who spoke Old English, and they actually understood each other. It was mind blowing to me. Absolutely mind blowing, because modern Dutch and modern English are very distinctly different. So yeah. What else do we have? I mean, I'm always behind on questions and things like that. Like, sorry, people in the chat. Yeah, Afrikaans should be Old Dutch as well. Yes, Afrikaans is partially Old Dutch. Can I understand Beowulf? No. Nope. No, I was in Sweden, and like some tiny things were like sort of similar, but besides that, I had like no idea. Absolutely no idea. You love to know how I make my videos, like editing software. Yeah, I use Premiere Pro. It's not free, but it's a great program and I love it. Afrikaans is supposed to be Old Dutch as well. Yes, Afrikaans is Old Dutch. So yeah. Did I remove the museum video? No, I did not remove the museum video. I removed the live stream, the previous live stream, the first one, because it was somehow it became channel member chat only. It was super weird, and I felt very ashamed of that, so I deleted it and decided to start up this live stream, because now at least everyone can like type. It was weird not seeing people type. So no, like the tour through the museum video is still on the channel. Do I like gaming? Yes, I do. I've mentioned this in my June Wind Traps video that I love gaming. I don't game as much as I would want to, because usually now I'm researching, and when I'm not working or researching or editing, I'm either asleep or I'm watching The Crown or I'm spending time with my grandpa. So yeah, no. Do I have a boyfriend? No! And why is that important? I really don't understand why people want to know that about me. I've mentioned a couple times now that I do no longer live in the house with my ex as I did when I started the channel. I think that's like information enough that it's just me, okay? I live with my grandpa. I like it, and I hope to like be living on my own eventually again, but yeah. John Hodges, would your bucket list include the Grand Canyon and cliff dwellings in Mesa Verde National Park? Yes. Yes, yes. It's quite high on the list even, to be completely honest. Yeah. Okay, wow, no. We're all pirates, Yarhar. Perfect. At least I'm among my people then. Mm-hmm. What places have I been to? I've been to Egypt, but not to monuments, just the resort. I've been to England, Totnes, and London. I've been to a couple places in Belgium. I've been to Movie Park Germany, and like across the border of Germany a couple times, and now I've been to Sweden. That's everywhere I've been so far in my life, so it's not much. Dirk van Dijk, been living here for a while. The UK is fine. It's like the Netherlands, just with better comedy, self-deprecation, and great beers. Perfect. Besides the beer, you can leave the beer out. I'm allergic to beer, so I don't care for beer. But yeah, perfect. I mean, yeah, like I said, I think England will be very good for me. A lot better than the Netherlands. Somehow, there's this. When I enter a store in the Netherlands, people look at me very judgingly, and they've done this as long as I can remember. So whenever I go to the store, I make sure that I look presentable. Because the one time I don't, people are very judgy. And I hate the judginess of Dutch people. So I think, yeah, I was in England and I looked haggardly and I felt terribly because everything hurt and I was just in a mood. And people were still nice to me and no one was like looking at me very judgingly. I think, yeah, I don't know. England is better. Plus, like, England has Ricky Gervais. Need I say more? It's Ricky Gervais. I like Ricky Gervais. Suriname is still owned by the Netherlands? I don't know. Suriname. Let me see this. It's a republic. It was a colony until 1954. And it became independent in 1975, so no. No. Answered that for you. Ever covered the tulip craze or plan to? No. It's very young history. Maybe someday in the future. Because I am planning on eventually going to like concentration camps and cover that part of like the World War II history in the future. But first I want to focus on the ancient history. Because, I mean, that's the passion that I have. That's what this channel was based on. So yeah. Thoughts on the Enigaldinanas Museum. Henrik, I don't even know what the hell that any of that means. Like, have a conversation with me on Discord and then we can talk, okay? Henrik, okay? My good Danish friend. My favorite artifact in the British Museum. Good question. Good question. Honestly, there was so much that I loved. I don't think I can pick one. Yes, the Rosetta Stone was amazing and wonderful. I loved the Sekhmet statues. I loved the Hattori bowls. Yeah, I don't know. Too much. It's just the Kerma culture burial mound was amazing. The Palette of Narmer I loved. It's too much. It's too much. Do I know Rutger Hauer, Zedmo? I'm Dutch. Rutger Hauer was Dutch. He's like, he was a hero to me. And I cried when he died. Okay. Moving on. I don't want to think about sad things. Is this another quickie or no, Michel Plateau? Go away. Shut up. Definitely a bunch of pirates. Yes, yes, definitely. My favorite region of England, Cornwall and Devon, always have been. I explained that in my trip to Devon video that I made, where I spoke about the history of Devon, and I revealed quite a bit about my love and affinity for England and Devon and Cornwall. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Eddie Izzard, yeah, I liked Eddie Izzard as well. And for everyone, like, if you want to know a little bit more about the Dutch language and you enjoy British comedy, then search for Put It in a Zakje. Put It in a Zakje on YouTube. And have fun, because you'll love it. You'll thank me later. The quality is absolute shit. Like, it's old. It's a really, really old video. I think it was from like 2009 or something. But Put It in a Zakje is like, It's Chef's Kiss. He talks about the Albertine. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. And instead of like saying put it in a bag, it's put it in the zakje. Judginess in the Netherlands surprises you. I mean, the Dutch people aren't that judgy to people from outside of the country. Oh, oh, Henrik, yeah, the Enigaldi Nanas Museum in Wow. Yeah, no, I spoke about it a little bit in my Ziggurat of video. Um, but because it's supposed and they aren't sure completely, there's like so little information that you could find there on it, so that's why I've never like really went into a deep dive about it. Sorry, Henrik. Still love you. You know. Where was I? Where was I? I completely lost track of chats again. Sorry. Forgive me. You found me through the Joe Rogan podcast. Did I know that I was mentioned there? No, I had no idea. Link me. What the hell? I don't think I was I cannot believe that I was mentioned at Joe Rogan. So if that actually happened, link me. I will listen to an entire podcast just to listen to it. But yeah, no. If that actually happened, because like now I have no idea if that's like actually true. Des kakker 8. If I was actually mentioned, Jimmy mentioned me. I watched that entire podcast. I don't think he mentioned me. I saw him mention Breen. I saw him mention Ben from Uncharted X, and I saw him mention Johanna James. I don't think he mentioned me. I'm a tiny blip, like tiny. You see, tiny blip. I'm nobody, not by name. Yeah, no, I was not mentioned by name. This Kakker says that he found me through Joe Rogan podcast. Did you know that you were named there? I did not know, and I don't think it happened, but if it did happen, link me. Link me. So much history, so little time. Yes, exactly. So little time. So much history. Muy grande history. Hi, Kaylee. What is the most mysterious thing you'd like to have answers to? From Ben Oppenheimer. Hi, Ben. I think I would like to know what the Antikythera mechanism really is. Because I'm very interested and I've heard lots of different possibilities, but I don't know. I don't know which one I like believe, so I would love to know for sure. You still love the fern photo I made in Devon. You have it as a screensaver. If you want like a high quality version of it, Ivan, email me at historywithkaylee@gmail.com and I will send you the original photograph in its highest resolution. Just put that in like the description. It is? Yeah, I think it's description. Let's see. Oh, no. Chat. Stop. Okay. Chat went all the way down again. Then I lose where I was. So, yes, England has Carl Pilkington. Oh my God, you take me back to like memory lane. Oh, I loved Carl Pilkington and the way that Ricky Gervais just absolutely always took the piss out of him. Oh. Have I been to Newgrange Passage Tomb? No, I have not. December 20th, 21st, and 22nd, the OPW from Ireland will be live streaming at 8:45 in the morning for the winter solstice summer event from inside the chamber of Newgrange. If you want to see that, go search for it on Google. OPW Newgrange winter solstice live stream. You don't want to miss it. I missed it last year because my ex didn't want to like wake up on time, but You don't want to miss this because normally there's like a big draw, like a lottery draw, and you have to be like drawn to be able to be inside the chamber. I've entered myself in the draw like 10 times already. It's never happened for me. But this way, everyone can see it from the comfort of their own homes and COVID friendly. So do check that out. You don't want to miss it. Like, I love Newgrange. That's where my entire fascination for all this stuff sort of started. So, yeah. Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, no, I really don't think that I was mentioned in any way by Jimmy. Because I listened to that podcast and I didn't hear my name or anything. He did speak about the history community on, you know, YouTube. But yeah, no. Hagelslag, choco or fruit, white or brown bread. Hagelslag or vlokken, milk chocolate, and on white bread, preferably. Preferably. He credited me indirectly. Okay, that's dope, though. That's dope. Um, Ancient Architect supports me. Yes, he does, which is very nice of him. Mm, if I could retrieve one piece of information from the Library of Alexandria, what would it be? How they built the pyramids. Because I do feel like the plans for that were in the Library of Alexandria because they had the best, the very, very best. And yeah, it burned down and now it's gone. What else do we have? You're all watching to me in silence while I try to read chat. Did I go to see Cleopatra's Needle obelisk in London? No, actually. I was only in London for a couple days and yeah, Jim did because I was like, oh, that was the video she made. Which one was that? The now I'm thinking, what was it? I mean, I spoke about old footprints. Mm, and like the pyramids. I don't know. I don't. I spoke about dongs. I know they mentioned that, like dongs, but yeah, phallic shapes and stuff like that. I don't know. Not sure if that was necessarily directed to me though, honestly. Um, what else do we have? Winter solstice, yes. JP Ventura, are Dutch judgmental, period, or more a barrier language because foreigners only speak English to you? Oh, no, no, no. Actually, the Dutch like the foreigners who speak English. Sorry. Dutch are judgmental to other sorry. Dutch are judgmental to other Dutch people. That sentence did not want to go the first time. But yeah, no. Dutch people are really nice and kind to foreigners who speak English because they like having to speak English. Don't ask me why. Dutch people are really weird. But yeah, no. If you, as a foreigner, come here and you go outside of Amsterdam, because I mean, it's Amsterdam, don't go there. It's a waste of your time. Go to Haarlem, Utrecht, Zaandam, Alkmaar, Eindhoven, Tilburg, whatever. Anything but Amsterdam. Because I don't know. I hate Amsterdam. It's my problem. But yeah, no. People love you. If you go to Groningen or Twente or Drenthe and you walk around and you speak English, everyone will like you because, yay, they can speak English and finally not German for once, you know? Because we do have Germans here a lot, but having English speakers here, it might, the town I was born in and lived up until like 2 months ago, there was an Irish man who moved to the Netherlands, and every once in a while I would see him in the store, and he would always come up to me and have a conversation in English because he enjoyed the fact that he tried to speak Dutch while I responded in English. And yeah, that was always a lot of fun. And it was like every once in 3 or 4 months that I would see him. And yeah, I don't know. It was dope. I always loved it. Because, yeah, Dutch is very Dutch. It's very Dutch. What else do we have? Dogs are important. I mean, not as important nowadays as it was back in the day. Let's be honest. What's my favorite English football team? If you asked me this a year or two ago, I would have said Liverpool, but that's because of the Dutch players. I'll just have to not get into a fight with ancient architects on this one and say Leicester, because he will come for me later on if he hears me say any other football club than that. Because besides the Dutch team AZ and Dutch football, I have no opinion on English football. So I'll just say Leicester. At least I'm not into a fight right now. You know? Have I ever seen the cave paintings? Not with my own eyes, but I've seen pictures. See? Every Dutch person is like, yes, I love the English speakers. Yeah, I know. That's what we Dutch like. Zandvoort. Haha. The rum is catching up with you. Actually, no, not really. I have quite the stamina, and I didn't pour in more than I can handle. It's just that I haven't even drank half. But it's strong, and I still like it. How similar are the Dutch and Flemish? Well, if you go back a little bit in history to like the French Revolutionary Wars, back in that day and age, the Flemish people and parts of Wallonia was actually parts of the Netherlands. So it's quite similar. It's just that the moment, and this is true, the moment you cross the border from the Netherlands to Belgium, the roads become shit and you already know. You don't even need to see a sign. You already know. I'm in Belgium. Because I hope the fillings in your teeth were put in perfectly and they will stay, because otherwise they will vibrate out of your mouth. Because wow, their roads are terrible. Never seen such terrible roads anywhere. Even in Egypt, the roads were better than in Belgium. And that says a lot. What else do we have? I have email. Wonderful. I'll respond to you later. Because I'm live streaming. But good that you sent the email. Arsenal. Nah. I don't know. Nah. Arsenal. I liked them a little bit when Robin van Persie was playing there. So yeah. Great bottle. Yes, Aris Aurelian. You can buy your own History with Kaylee bottle. It's, let's see. historywithkayleeshop.com. Like, I really said it right. It's quite a big size, actually, and it's wonderful. And I have a smaller type as well, and I see that I need to check out the shirts because something went wrong again, which happened a couple times already. But yeah, no, I have merchandise. So get yourself some merch if you want. You can get yourself a History with Kaylee beautiful bottle. And actually, they drink really nicely. What else do we have? I bet the traffic in Belgium is better than in Egypt. Well, I don't know. You didn't seem convinced that the hieroglyphs were added much later. Do I pick up correctly that you are not yet convinced that the construction was much more ancient? Yes, you are correct. I am on the fence. And that's okay. I think that's the fun of it. Because I'm a skeptic in theories. I'm a skeptic until I've seen facts. And for me, that's the best way to look at things. And that way I don't lose myself in the possibilities. I look at the possibilities and I do take them serious. It's just that I will not take them as fact until there are facts that prove it. So yeah. What else do we have? If I was super wealthy, what kind of a life would I want to live? Well, first of all, I would make sure that if like super wealthy, I'm not sure how wealthy super wealthy is according to you, but if I was super wealthy, I would make sure that every child has the option of going to school, because I do feel like education is really important, especially in third world countries, because that will give them the possibility of having a good life. I would also want to help people who have certain disabilities, because like I was in disability pay, and people see me and they don't see me as a person with a disability, because you don't see it. I've got nerve damage in my tailbone, the tailbone that got removed, but like there's one bone that they can't remove because the nerve ending is there, and that nerve has damage, so I'm in pain always, and you don't see that. I'm sitting here and I feel fine at the moment, but tomorrow I can just out of the blue feel very bad, and then like need to lie in bed a lot more and take painkillers that I prefer not to do. I rarely ever take painkillers because of the fact that it numbs the nerve pain, and then I don't feel my limits, and then I do more, and it's like, it's a show. But I want to help people who have like these disabilities that you cannot see on the outside, because they're there and they do struggle and they're not being validated usually by their surroundings. So if I were super wealthy, I would do good things and help people, and like, I don't know, buy a piece of the Amazon rainforest to make sure that no one touches it, preserve, protect. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. You never wanted to travel to Belgium. I understand why. I've been there a couple times. It really wasn't amazing. I hated it. Why is the Netherlands called the Netherlands? Well, the name says it. The Netherlands is the lowlands. We're the lowest points of Europe. So I always make a joke that we're sort of like the sewage drain of Europe. So yeah, um, we are the lowest country, the lowlands, and in Dutch, that's it's called Nederland, because we're below Nederland, and yeah, I think English people were like, I don't know how to say that, so it's just Netherlands, and then it became the Netherlands, and I still don't know where the comes from. And the English also messed up our language because they thought that German and the language in the Netherlands was the same, because they all saw it as just, it's all the same. And the people from the Netherlands call the German language Duits. And for the English people, that became Dutch, and therefore it became like the Dutch language. So I'm born in North Holland, in Holland, the Netherlands, and I speak Dutch. Does this make any sense to anyone? No, it doesn't. And in the Netherlands, I would say, geboren in Noord-Holland, kom uit Nederland, spreek Nederlands. In Dutch, it's easier, because, yeah, the English messed that up. Thank the English. And I know I have some English friends that will come for me later, but yeah, I can handle that fight. Catch me outside. How about that? Do I think the Rishat structure is Atlantis? I say it's possible. It's possible. Yeah. I don't necessarily see evidence on either side that it's it or not, so it's possible. Yeah. Uh, would I become a real life Lara Croft? No. First of all, the hair color is already like super wrong. Yeah, no, sorry. Do I believe in the Loch Ness Monster? It's possible. I'm just gonna say it's possible. I would love it to exist. I just don't think it does exist. But yeah. JP Ventura, that was very Dutch, but yes, thank you for the licorice, apparently. Um, don't get on those. Yeah, no, for people wondering, I've had like issues with my tailbone since I was young, and I have had taken very, very strong medication for it in the past. I've had tramadol, which wasn't fun. It was terrible, and that stuff is super strong, and I needed to take like 2 or 3 tablets a day with pain, and I was scared to take even 1 tablet a day, and I had to do that for over a year because the pain was too bad. And shortly after my surgery, I just threw all of it out, just away, brought it back to like the pharmacist, and decided I'm not going to take painkillers anymore. Because every time I took painkillers, I thought that I could do things, and then the next day I was in more pain, which meant that I needed more painkillers. Because you keep pushing your limits further and further until there comes a point that you cannot take any more pain medication because you're already at the limits of your pain medication. So I can't do that. So I stopped. And now I rarely even take an aspirin. I take an aspirin when I've gone to like the dentist and they've put in the anesthetics in the mouth. And yeah, at that point I have to take them because otherwise I get a high fever because that's what my body does. I usually get high fevers when, they've done things with my mouth. So yeah, and even then I really hate it and I take one, maybe two, and done. Mm, yeah, Greg Burns says check out some of the old videos about how the Dutch reclaimed the Netherlands from the sea. Yeah, go check it out. We built dikes and delta works, and we just created land where there used to be water. Apparently, we're good at that. Aye. How much of the Netherlands is below sea level? Approximately 70 to 75% from the top of my head. Could be a little lower, could be a little higher. I mean, it's a lot. It's really, really, it's a lot. What else do we have? Netherlands owned most of Canada at one time. I don't know. Never heard that one. Mm, what's the better national anthem? Wilhelmus or God Save the Queen? Robert Peiser, that's not even a question. I think even the Wilhelmus is like the oldest national anthem on like the world in like the world. Um, it was written in 1570 oudste volkslied. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the oldest anthem is indeed, it was chosen to be the Wilhelmus, although officially it was only in the anthem from 1932, but it's the oldest written anthem. So, I mean, yes and no. I don't know. It's weird. That was a weird answer according to Google. Google, why you be weird? Henrik, I once had an American ask me to translate a letter for him that he supposedly got from distant Danish family members. The letter was in Dutch. I've had a couple people come up to me with Danish things because they think that the Danes and the Dutch are the same. Huh? How? It's weird. It's not even close. I don't understand anything when it comes to like the Danish language. Sorry. Don't come for me. Um, with so much history in Britain, you're always walking on it. What area are you going to live in to maximize your exposure to it? Well, I'm actually going to live around the Midlands area, and that way I can go everywhere, sort of, you know? But no, I'm not going too far south, and I'm not going too far north, and I'm not going too far west, and I'm not going too far east. It's just that I want to live approximately an hour away from London to be able to catch a train or a flight to the Netherlands if necessary in a family emergency. So yeah, Midlands. New York was New Amsterdam originally. Yes, very right. It just, yeah, Dutch Anglo wars weren't that great for the Dutch. Probably should have stopped trying to wage war with the Brits. Yeah. Do I have both ears? Yes, I do. I have two ears. Oh, she has two ears, people. Oh my gosh. Wow. I just have hair. Like this section, people think that I put this here on purpose. That's how my hair grows. It won't go there. This is just, I have this same hairstyle with this weird part on my head because my hair, I can't say, oh, you go there. It doesn't work. So I just have the same hairstyle always. I've had this same hairstyle since I grew my first hairs. It's never going to change. I can like get this part of my hair and can get like short or grow it out. That's the fun I can do with my hair. It's really boring, I know. My hair is really boring. It's just the same always. Some people have like the ability to have like these bangs. So fun, but as you can see, it doesn't work for me. My hair just doesn't work like that. So yeah, no. I know Danish and Dutch are both Germanic, but so is English. Yes and no. Yes and no. Sorry. And now I want to brush my hair because, oh my gosh. One sec. Because I touched it way too much. And I hate it when it's like all, ugh, and it has all these knots. Fun fact, in Dutch, when we have like tangled hair, we don't say it's tangled, we say my hair has klitten. And I still think that's funny because English speaking people are like, what do you call it? Yes, I said it once and I'm never going to repeat that again. So if you missed that, that's on you and not on me. So yeah. No, I'm not going to dye my hair pink. That's a thing that my sister does and that's her shtick. And that will stay her shtick. So yeah, no. No more hagelslag in England. Tony, I will make sure that I have hagelslag and vlokken in England, of course. I love it. World of Antiquity, hi! Nice to meet you in my chat. Haven't seen you here before. I hear Cleopatra had two ears too. Coincidence! Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, no, it's not a coincidence. People have ears and noses and eyes. It's just weird. People are weird with like some of these questions are like, what? Why? Mm-hmm. My hair is beautiful. Well, thank you. It's got a lot of oil in it to like keep it from frizzing. World of Antiquity, how's it going? Well, I'm good. I premiered a video and then I decided, oh yeah, let's do a live stream because it's what was it? Was it a Wednesday or Tuesday? It's a Wednesday. See, I don't even know which day it is. I've traveled too much already. Oh, I'm tired. Apart from Ancient Architects, I know you love that channel. What is your favorite history channel? Well, one of them is here right now. It's World of Antiquity. I love his stuff. I rarely comment on videos because I'm really bad at commenting and like remembering that I have to do things like that. I just watch it and then I quickly go over to the next because I try to watch as much as I can on YouTube, but yeah, no. Time is really difficult to get by at times. Time at times. Wow. Has it been a week of celebration over there for Max? I don't know. I was in an airplane while he won. I haven't seen the entire race yet. Like I said, time is not really on my side here. Um, but yeah, I think many people are ecstatic. I know my sister was because she did follow it. And yeah, the moment I landed on the with the plane and I got Wi-Fi or like 5G, the first thing I saw was a message on WhatsApp from my sister that Max had won, and I still can't believe it that we have a Dutch world champion in the Formula One. I've been watching Formula One since I was like 6 or 7 years old and at my dad's house, and he loved Formula One. And I've seen Jos Verstappen, which is the dad of Max, and he really wasn't that great of a driver. Let's be honest, I can be honest, he really wasn't one of the best, but Max is absolutely amazing, and he definitely deserved it. World of Antiquity. I haven't done any live streams yet, but it's a great way to see a person as they really are. Yes, I do feel like that. It's just that I never watch my live streams back because I cannot stand my own face. I already hate editing my videos with my face, and yeah, I've heard my voice and I've seen my face enough after I've edited like 1 or 2 videos in a week, and I'm like, yeah, no, that's more than enough. I already see myself on the screen on my phone, and I'm like, I wish I didn't. Because I hate it. What else do we have? Was there anything else? What is my favorite historian TV presenter? Joanne Fletcher, Bethany Hughes, or Mary Beard? Bethany Hughes. I really like her. I like the way that she presents things, and she's very charismatic. I don't know. Whenever she talks, I just listen. I'm silent and I listen. Zam Vallon, some simp funds for liquid courage. I don't need simp funds, but thanks for the super chat. And I already have liquid courage because I drink Malibu. You know? Dysmorphia, Toots' ears, Kaylee's hair. Perhaps I shall quit all crazy. Dave Powell, I think the only crazy person here is you. You watch all forms of auto racing. Wonderful. I used to watch MotoGP with like Valentino Rossi, the doctor, number 42. And yeah, stuff like that. Let's see. Is it possible for hair to freeze? Yeah. Yes. If in certain very cold countries you wash your hair, don't dry it, go outside, it freezes. And then I will say that you should not touch it and wait until it thaws. Otherwise it breaks. And that's the haircut you didn't want to have. That's a shame. Normally my cousin normally does my hair, but I don't live in the same town anymore. So I'm afraid that my hair won't be cut for a couple months, which means that it will grow very long because that's what my hair does. Everyone that has seen my videos on the channel knows that my hair is always in the approximate same length between this and like this currently is the longest that I go because I usually get it cut around this time at this length, and that's not going to happen this time. And I've already had hair up until my below the belly button. Let's just keep it at that. I've already had that in the past, and yeah, don't want it to be that long again, but it's going to grow for a while until I can, get back to my cousin and have it cut, and then only the ends, because yeah, I've now decided to grow it out. And it should be possible because we did like dye it back into my original hair color at the end, which was very smart. Like, I used my brain there. I don't think I even have a brain to use, but at least I used it. whiskey is way better. Whoa. Lonely Stoner. Whoa. Are we going into like a whiskey versus rum fight? Because yes, I do love myself some Jameson or Glenfiddich or the famous Grouse or some Johnny Walker. And when it comes to like Jameson, I would prefer the Black Barrel from Jameson. But to be completely honest, I do like my rum because I'm a pirate. Pirates drink rum. We all know this. This is like, I'm a pirate. Yar har. What else do we have? What is the national alcoholic drink for the Netherlands? Beer. Heineken. Amstel. Grols. Beer. But I'm allergic to it, so I can't drink it. I was always the odd one out that did not drink beer. Was Cleopatra really that beautiful, or was that a Hollywood thing? Honestly, I think it's a Hollywood thing. I do feel that even though if she wasn't the prettiest, I do feel that she was very, very charismatic. And must have had a way of being able to get people to do what it is that she wanted. She was with Caesar and she was with Mark Antony. That in itself shows that even if she wasn't the prettiest, she at least was a beautiful person when it came to like her personality. I need to burp. I hate that when I do that. But hey, it was a soft one. This was not a pirate burp. I did good. I did good. Are there any archaeological data concerning ancient Dutch hairstyles? I mean, what do you consider ancient? Because if it's like 1,000 years ago, I don't know. It's usually under like this weird white cappy thing. I don't know what to call it. It's not a look that I can see. I have a friend who has to put her hair up so she doesn't walk on it. I feel for your friend actually, because when my hair was like longer than my belly button, brushing it was a real pain. So I usually just put it in a bun, and yeah, it was in a bun. Didn't do anything with it. It was long and it was annoying and it was in a bun. My favorite books on Egypt. Wow, that's a question. I'll have to think about that. I might make a video about my favorite books of Egypt. So I'm keeping silent for now. Haha, very smart. Like I said, I sometimes use brain. What else do we have? Whiskey. Yeah, I like whiskey. Yeah. I just like rum a little bit more. Matt Aronson's allergic to beer as well. Yay, I'm no longer the only one. I've not yet met anyone else allergic to beer. I'm also allergic to wine. So when I went to like the bars when I was younger, I couldn't drink beer and I couldn't drink wine. Have I already done a video on ancient alcoholic drinks? Yes, I did. Actually, I did. I looked into the invention of alcohol by different civilizations, and I still have to make part 2. It's just that, well, some long-term viewers of this channel will know this, but the video I made about the invention of alcohol went up on the channel. Let's see the date, because yeah, it went up on the channel a day and a half before my grandmother passed away. So for anyone asking me in the comments on my newer videos why I have not made a part 2, it's because of the fact that when I made the part 1, I had still hope that my grandma would, make it, and she didn't. And just thinking about that part 2, I don't know. It's a bit painful, to be completely honest. So I will eventually make part 2 for the invention of alcohol and cover the civilizations that I haven't covered in part 1. I just hope everyone can accept the fact that it will take me a little bit. because I first need to completely get over the grief and hurt that my grandmother's no longer here. So yeah, not going to get emotional. I'm not. I don't cry. I do not do that. I refuse, because I become awesome instead. And yes, I like How I Met Your Mother. If the Egyptians built the pyramids, then why is there no hieroglyphics of them building them, since they seem to document everything they did, but not them? Sis, that's why I said I feel like the building plan for the pyramids was like in the Library of Alexandria and got lost forever. That's my personal opinion. And don't I understand that people are like condolences and all that. Just don't, because it happened. It's okay. I still love her and I will always love her and I will take her with me and I will get a tattoo of an owl on my arm and it's all good. It's just that one video and that subject and the part 2 just makes me think about it a bit too much and I don't want that. So for now, not. In the future, yes, I will eventually make a part 2. I promise, and when I make a promise, I keep it. That's why there is a dong video on my channel. Do you find the Middle Ages boring too? Such a backwards period compared to what had gone before. No, I absolutely find the Middle Ages very fascinating, but I'm just intrigued the most with the Stone Age. I'm a weirdo like that. People probably won't ever understand that about me, but yeah. Was Cleopatra actually ethnically Greek? I had this. I don't speak on things when I don't know it, so let me check. She was the descendant of Ptolemy the First Soter, a Macedonian Greek general and companion of Alexander the Great. So, yeah, I'd say that she was Greek. But if World of Antiquity is still here and he wants to correct me if I'm wrong. Please, always, correct me if I'm wrong. If I say shit, then yes, tell me. You're talking poop, woman. I can handle it. Who's my favorite Canadian? I don't know many Canadians. I do have some Canadian friends. I might be now in very much trouble if my Canadian friends see this. Sorry guys, sorry. Was there any proof that Cleopatra actually committed suicide, or could she have escaped and went somewhere else? I don't think that she could have escaped. She either indeed committed suicide or she was murdered. But let me see. Go back to the page I had open on her life. Downfall and death. Yeah, it's said that she and her servants Iras and Charmion took their own lives. Octavian was said to have been angered by this outcome, but had Cleopatra buried in royal fashion next to Antony in her tomb. But honestly, depends on who wrote the accounts, I think. I'm not sure if she committed suicide. She might have been murdered. Let's be honest. It was the Romans. The Romans aren't necessarily very known for being very forgiving. Stuff like that. She could have been like, she could have even been cremated and then scattered with her ashes so that she would never go to the afterlife. You know, things like that. I don't know. I don't know what the Romans did. Rum is better. Yeast allergy. Yes, yeast allergy. And I'm also allergic to mushrooms. So no champion for me. Champion bon. For the people who went to look for put it in zakje, you know what I just did. Can you say in Dutch, why is the sea gone? Waarom is de zee verdwenen? There you go. Being allergic to alcohol, like all alcohol. Now that's painful. That's painful. Being allergic to all ooh. Just the idea of being allergic to all alcohol. I like alcohol. You loved the humor and subject of the dong video. Wonderful. It's just never gonna happen again. I'm never gonna talk about dongs again on the channel, I'm afraid. I'm already the dong lady. It's terrible. Am I into modern history at all, like after 1900s? Yes, I'm very interested in World War II history, actually. I grew up in a town that was affected quite a bit, and I'm living in a country that was affected heavily. So, yes, and I will visit some concentration camps in the future and, things like that, and eventually cover a bit of World War II history on the channel as well. It's just that the focus is on the ancient civilizations for now. JP Ventura, thanks for the super chat. Dutch don't cry, they make beer from their tears. Exactly. Don't think that my tears will be any good for beers because, I mean, you might be able to drink one glass every 3 or 4 years. I don't cry much and often. World of Antiquity. From what I recall, she had both Greek and Egyptian ancestry, but mostly Greek. Yeah, I thought so. But like according to Wikipedia, it's just Greek, which I thought was a bit weird. So thank you for looking into it. Wonderful. Could Cleopatra be blonde? I mean, mutations can happen, but I don't see that happen really easily. When I look at Greek women, okay, 99.9% of all Greek women that I've known and that I've seen were not blonde. They had brown hair or black hair. So it's possible, I think. Yeah, I don't think she was blonde. Who is your favorite Rome female enemy? Cleopatra, Boudica, or Zenobia? Boudica. Absolutely, Boudica. Just shows you not to make an ass of yourself. Don't know where that was for, but yeah. Just don't make an ass of yourself. Take that. Yeah. Each year, Dutch gather around the dong on May 4th, Dirk. Oh my god, Michelle. No, that's not a dong. It's a monument. Oh my god, it's not a dong. Oh. No, it's the World War II monument. What are my thoughts on the PD Rice map? Actually, go watch the video done by World of Antiquity about the PD Rice map. Highly recommend the watch. It was wonderfully done. And I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Just watch it. Did you know there is a Dong hieroglyph? Really? We're going to this level? Really? People in modern time send each other eggplant emojis. I mean, people, come on. Get your head out of your arms. You said a time ago you played Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Did you play the game out? No, I did not play the game out. Actually, Odyssey I haven't played yet. I played Origins. And I have Odyssey and I have Valhalla. I haven't played any Assassin's Creed game in 2.5 months now. I bought them, played for like 2 hours, and that was it. Shame on me. Shame on you. Someone says that Cleopatra has a really cute tiny nose and blue eyes. Don't know where you got that information from. Which one do you like to explore more in history? Lives of the upper classes or the daily lives of the ordinary people? Ordinary people. I said this in an interview with Curtis Ryan Woodside that I did, and I think I mentioned it in 1 or 2 videos. I'm mostly interested in the ordinary people because just like in modern times, the millionaires, billionaires, prime ministers, kings, queens, all that stuff, it's fun. you know, it's fun to know how they live, but the ordinary people are the majority. And I would love to learn more about the ordinary people in ancient times because back then, just like now, they were the majority. So, yeah, ordinary people. Don't study the Holocaust, it's too horrible. You don't need to tell me. I have this extremely upsetting documentary about the concentration camp Bergen-Belsen from when it was liberated and the piles of humans, just bodies. I, I watch that documentary once a year to remind myself about the level of horrid humans can be. It's a good reminder, and it makes me be kind to everyone I come in contact with because I don't want to be horrible to anyone. So, you know, being kind doesn't cost a dime, and being a dick does. So, be nice, be kind. Yeah. What else do we have? We're nearly at the 2 hour mark, so I'm going to say that we're, you know, getting to the end of the live stream. I'm getting very tired. Yesterday I edited or like 2 days ago, I edited for like 10 hours on end. Like I wrote a script, filmed, edited, premiered, and felt dead in the brain. And yesterday I edited for 8 hours, and today I edited for another 4 hours, and I'm starting to get like really tired in the head. So I think maybe 7 or 10 minutes max that I will continue the live stream, but after that I will probably say goodnight. Why are the capstones still on the top of the Great Pyramid? I know, do you? And moving on. I don't talk about the pyramids of Giza for a reason. If you want any information about the pyramids of Giza, I highly recommend checking out Matt from Ancient Architect. He covers it in great detail and it's wonderful. Just go there. Don't go to my channel for Giza Plateau. I watched your video on Newgrange today, really good. I played Gaelic football matches beside Newgrange and Loughcrew Cairns earlier this year. That's dope. Aidan Fitzpatrick. That's really dope. I hope to see Loughcrew and Newgrange and Noth and Douth someday in the future. Was Atlantis real? It's possible. With history, and especially ancient history, anything is possible. It's just that as long as I haven't seen actual evidence for it, I don't believe it yet. I'm on the fence. Study, whoa. Study water pump using water wheels for other methods, piles, piers, geopolymer concrete. Geopolymer concrete? I don't know. I do like the ancient tech that I've covered so far, like the ancient ice houses and the oldest form of air conditioning and like the invention of the calendar, things like that. I love it. And I do plan to cover ancient windmills, the water clock, other things. And yeah, I think I will create more videos about that sort of ancient tech, but no ancient high tech because I can't find factual evidence for it, and I can't find papers by historians and scholars on it. So yeah, the ones I can find papers by historians and scholars on, those I will cover. What do I think of Elon Musk? When he started out, I thought he was a great guy, and I don't know, he changed quite a bit. What are my thoughts on alien intervention to the human creation? I've covered this in my Anunnaki video. I don't believe it. I've already said a couple times, I don't believe that there was an extraterrestrial race that came down to Earth and that, you know, messed around here. I think that they had better things to do than, you know, be here. I don't know, it's weird. Was the Eye of Africa real? I mean, it's a location, the reshot structure. I'm not sure if it's Atlantis. Yeah, God. Chances that Atlantis was Doggerland? Zero. Zero. Location doesn't match up with the description and things like that. Doggerland is the lost European Atlantis. It's just called that way because, like, Atlantis, sunken city, sunken landmass. That's why they call Doggerland the lost European landmass. Doggerland is not Atlantis in any way, shape, or form. It's just a landmass that got submerged. That's like the one thing that the two have in common. Have I dyed my hair black? No, I've dyed my hair brown. In 2010, it wasn't a look. I cried after a week of dyeing it and then sat in a hairdresser chair for 14 hours to come out of it with orange hair, and we couldn't process it any further. So I will never ever ever dye my hair brown or black. This is my hair color. It's got some highlights still in it, but I mean, we dyed it back here at the top to like my original color, and we dyed the change between the two, and we even dyed the ends darker to match my original color. As you can see, this is my original hair color here, where there is no dye. It's a little bit darker. You can see a little bit of a band here, but that's because of the fact that this has never been processed and this has been processed with nearly the same color, and the light shows the band. But besides that, no. I'm actually not going to dye my hair in the future for a while. It's just going to become my original plain, bland, stupid, strawberry blonde hair color that I hate. But, yeah, it's whatever. I don't trust hairdressers and I can't go to my cousin, so it's just gonna be what it is. It is what it is. What else do we have? Do I think there is a Hall of Records under the Sphinx? It's possible. It's possible. I've not seen evidence for it to actually necessarily be there, but it is possible. Yeah. I can never get along with Erik von Daniken, conspiracist, really. I mean, to each their own. Like, I enjoy talking about theories and talking about the ancient world and the possibilities and things that could be. It's just that I will never, ever portray those things as fact or making them more probable than they are. Not sure if that makes any sense, but you know, it's just the blonde woman talking into a camera. Hmm? Thermodynamics. Thermodynamics, says Greg Byrne. You can't have 2-mile thick continental glaciers for a couple thousand years and not have the oceans lowered by 100 meters, Atlantis everywhere, 100 meters down. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still working on my Younger Dryas video, and like the research that ties into my personal hypothesis that I still don't want to talk about because I will need at least a year or two, maybe even 3 before I'll finish that. I did, while I was in Sweden, have a really wonderful conversation with Professor Alberg about my personal hypothesis, and he did think and he did say that it is likely. My personal hypothesis is likely according to a professor. So, with that, I'm just going to hold on to that and work while I create videos for you guys on my personal hypothesis. Aaron Zer, what do you think they used ancient batteries for? I don't think the Baghdad battery is a battery. I'm planning on making a video about it though. quite soon. So yeah. What else do we have? Like 2 or 3 questions left, and then I'm going to end this. What's up with the recurring rectangular protrusions on all the megaliths like the ones in Machu Picchu? Good question. I don't know. I've not seen much of it because I've never really looked into it. What about the hollow earth theory? Godzilla has his lair there. No. It's not just Godzilla. It's Godzilla with the Yeti and the Loch Ness Monster. And then every once in a while they pop out and they say, we still exist. Come on. Oh, wonderful. The mysterious sea people, could they be leftover Atlanteans? I don't know. I've not really looked into the sea people. I don't know. Do we have anything fun? Fun questions? Because if not, then I'm just gonna say I call it tonight. Because I'm getting very tired and it's like past 11 and I have a lot to do. Ninjas versus pirates, who would win? Damn it. I'm on the wrong side here. I think ninjas would win, but I want pirates to win. You know? Pirates. Yar har. What do I think about Graham Hancock? I mean, he wrote wonderful books, and the fact that he, dares to talk about possibilities in our ancient past, I commend that. I don't necessarily agree with him on everything, but you don't need to agree with people to find their work interesting or have respect for them, you know? So, yeah, I respect Graham Hancock for the hard labor that he put into all his work. And he is a main reason for a lot of people to go and look into the ancient world. Yeah. The fact that it's possible that there was a pre-cataclysmic civilization makes people want to know more and research this. It's just that I personally don't believe in a pre-cataclysmic civilization, and that's all right, and that's fine. To each their own, you know? We can't agree on everything here. So, yeah. Favorite historical movie? Braveheart. Don't get me on this. It's not necessarily historically accurate, but I mean, I grew up watching it and it was just magical. Loved it. Any plans for a 7 Wonders of the Ancient World video? I mean, I can plan it. I can look into it. Yeah. I mean, I'm open for everything. And now I will look at the results of the poll. If you have not voted on the poll yet, leave a vote now, because I'm nearly streaming for 2 hours and I need to know what my next video is, because I gave you guys control. Y'all had the wheel. I gave y'all the wheel. Yes, Henrik, Braveheart, Mel Gibson, back in the day. It was... Okay? Don't come for me. Do not come for me. I liked it. I loved it. Quest for the Lost Civilization 1998 by Graham Hancock. It shows mathematical engineering knowledge that pops at the same time around the world. I can look into it. JP Ventura, thank you for the super chat. I can look into it, but I mean, I can look into it. Let's just keep it at that. I hate talking about things that I've not yet researched myself. I really don't like to do that because I don't want to say the wrong things. So, yeah, no. Like in 20 seconds, I'll be live for 2 hours. And like I said, I'm getting very tired. It's past 11. I think I deserved sleep and rest and chill time and just, do nothing for an hour and then go to bed. Thank you all so much for being here in the live stream. And if you haven't seen the tour from like the video from the British Museum, go check it out. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, go check it out. please. Oh, I don't want my screen to... No! My screen turned off, so now I don't see anything. But yeah, thanks for being here. This was fun. I always enjoy having you guys here, and we will do this again soon. Just not too soon, probably in like a week or two. Because I don't want to live stream too much. I enjoy hanging out with you guys for a moment. So you all have a great morning or afternoon or evening or night, wherever you are in the world. Be kind to each other, be good, and, you know, if you want to support me, you can do that through Patreon or become a channel member, but you don't have to, only if you want to. And yeah, watch my stuff. And we will see each other in the next live or premiere. And the next video will be the top 5 archaeological discoveries made in 2021, and it will be up for premiere on Saturday at 8 p.m. Amsterdam time, which is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With that said, everyone, love y'all. Bye!